Hi, everyone. We're talking about week 6, adaptive leadership. I think this is one of the most crucial concepts. I will tell you now that in my own work, I found it to be essential to look through this lens of Heifetz and Linsky, particularly in times of chaos and disruption. It helped me to guide the department that I was in through some pretty harrowing experiences. So we're looking at adaptive change, and part of this process is to identify and differentiate between what Heifetz and Linsky refer to as technical work and adaptive work. So if you're involved in the readings now, you understand that technical work has a solution, a known solution for a known problem, in comparison to adaptive work, which requires a new solution to a previously unknown problem, one that has not been encountered before. So the nature of the unknown here is that we have this intersection of norms and beliefs and values that are going to be disrupted as a result of the process of change. This is something that the leader has to take into account, that it can create not only disruption, but anxiety and even pain for the people who are participating in this process. The outcome depends, to a large extent, on to what degree the leader can guide the transition and move this process to a point of empowerment and engagement to which the participants are actively taking part in finding the solution and creating change. So for Heifetz and Linsky, there are a series of stages involved in this that they speak of. Creating a holding environment meaning a safe space, a space in which, despite the anxiety and disruption, people feel some sense of security that they can operate in. The leader must also control the temperature, which essentially means to modulate the degree of intensity of the challenge and the work that's being asked, so that these participants may feel challenged, but they don't feel defeated in the process. They don't shut down. You have to control the pace of the work. People are not machines. This is one of the great discoveries of the late 20th and early 21st century, that the old industrial paradigm doesn't work, that old management concepts don't work. You also have to keep a vision in front of people. And that was what we see happening, what we saw happen in the third quarter of the 20th century, this idea of transforming or transformative leadership, in which you elevate the people that you're with, and you yourself as a leader are elevated in the process because you're seeking a higher good. So adaptive change calls for leaders who can produce what's known as a productive zone of disequilibrium. Yes, people are going to be knocked off balance, no question about it. But in this zone, they are working with the goal that they, not the leader, are going to do the work. We know this. We know the leader can't do it alone. We know that leaders should create more leaders. That's part of the point, right? So far, we're speaking about the energies of the leader going forward. But what I also want to emphasize, for your sakes, as well as for the general concepts we're talking about, is that Heifetz and Linsky also realize that there are going to be varying degrees of resistance to change based on the individuals involved. Resistance is change resistance to change is likely, and it can take multiple forms from passive to active. You as leaders have to be aware of that possibility and take care of yourself as well as take care of others. It is crucial that you as well as the group members are able to draw a line to differentiate between you and your role. You may be the leader, you may be the agent of change, but you should not so closely identify with that change that people stop seeing you as you, so to speak. We'll look more at resistance in week 9 and get more of a handle on that. We'll look at your resistance, my resistance, our sense of immunity to change that we need to deal with within ourselves. We'll also look at systems theory, which gives us another lens through which to look at change leadership and to understand the big picture of how everything connects. And it does, not only for us as humans, not only for us in organizations, but also in nature. So that's it for now. Have a good week.